guys, welcome back to my channel. So I just finished recording a pretty sentimental video. So I decided to just lighten up the mood with a story time video, and this one is really good. I still can't believe that it happened and how bad it was, but in the end something amazing came out of it. But basically, as you can tell from the title, this is gonna be my worst date ever, and it was not too long ago. And I'll just go ahead and start off with how I met this guy. So I met him through a family member, and I thought he was cute. That was about it. He commented on one of my social media and he said, I think he told me that I was cute and if we could start talking. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and go for it. I'm usually really shy and I wouldn't do it, but I really wanted to step out of my box. So we started talking for, I'm gonna say, like a week. We went to the mall and he seemed nice, but that was about it. I didn't really get any other vibe from him other than I wouldn't mind seeing him again because he seemed like a nice person. But I believe towards the end of the week, my friends and I were going to go to Six Flags. And I, again, was like, maybe something amazing can happen. You never know. So I invited him to Six Flags and he said yes. Basically, we decided that he was gonna be my ride to Six Flags with a bunch of other people. And I started noticing before Six Flags throughout the week while we were still talking, he started being a little bit kind of rude and mean to me, and I couldn't really take it too seriously because I honestly felt like he didn't mean it and it was over really dumb things. So I never exactly took it as a way like, okay, I should back off. And yeah, it got a little bit weird. I don't know why he was being rude to me, but it really made me not want to go with him anymore. I just knew, I told myself like, it's probably not a good idea for you to go. Being the person that I am, I know that I would feel horrible if I canceled on someone, and I just really couldn't. I couldn't cancel. Mind you guys, he's going through a heartbreak, and I know that's not a good idea because they're so hungover on their ex. That's all they're gonna be talking about. But I really wanted to be nice to this guy and invite him to Six Flags because I knew it was going to be a good distraction for him, and I was going through a little phase where I'm like, you know, maybe something good can come out of this. So, but I still went with it. He was going to be our ride. It was already set. Everything was ready. And it was like the night before Six Flags. And I hesitated buying my ticket until like 3 o'clock in the morning, the day of Six Flags, because I just didn't want to go. I didn't want to go anymore, and I was telling all my friends, but they're like, Giselle, you have to go, you have to go. Like, everything is set, he's our ride, you already decided, you can't back out on him. That night before Six Flags, he was like upset at me or something, and we didn't talk. And I thought, oh my gosh, it's gonna be so awkward tomorrow morning when I see him because we didn't talk yesterday at all. Like, how is that even gonna go? So we decided to meet up with one of the other guys that we were going with. We went really early to my friend's house that we were meeting up with. And then I came in a little bit later and he was sleeping. The guy that I'm talking to, he was sleeping. Oh, by the way, let's give him a name. Let's call him Mark. Okay, so Mark was sleeping in my friend's room. And I arrived with my other two friends. And I was like, okay, crap, this is gonna be so awkward when I get there because I know he's upset at me or mad at me and we didn't talk at all the night before. I went inside the house and I sat down and he was sleeping in his room, so I was waiting for him to come out, and like, I have to say hi, you know, that's the polite thing to do. I have to say hi. So finally he came out of the room from where he was sleeping, and I kid you not, you guys, he didn't look at me at all. He said hi to everyone but me. And I had so much anxiety, I didn't know what to do because like, I have to say hi, like, this is the guy who's my date. We didn't end up saying hi. We literally went in his car, all of us, and we did not say a word to each other the entire time. And I thought it was the most awkward thing. I didn't understand why he was being like that. I didn't understand why he didn't say anything to me. I know I could have said it too, but I promise you guys, I looked at him and he didn't look at me back and he didn't say anything. So I was looking at him so I can say something, right? Or maybe he said something to me first, but he didn't say anything. So I was like, okay, I shouldn't say anything. And like, this is gonna sound so bad, but it was like a 40-minute drive. We were all in his car and we did not say a word to each other the entire time. Like, how awkward is that? I did not know what to do. I felt like he should say something because he was being so rude to me the day before. Then we got to Six Flags. We got out of the car. We're basically like literally side by side with everyone else. And he still does not say anything to me. We go into check-in And guess what? We still don't say anything. Like, how awkward is that? Like, I'm laughing right now thinking about it. And I was laughing actually in the moment while everything was happening. My friends were like, just go say something to him. I'm like, no, why should I say something? Like, he's the one who should say something to me. We went in together because I bought a season pass so he can get in with me for free. That's another thing. I wanted to be so nice to him. I didn't want him to pay anything. I wanted this guy to have a good day because he seemed so sad when I first met him because of all the things that he was going through with his ex. So this sounds so bad. Okay, he was next to me. He had to be next to me in order to get into the park because I was the season pass holder. So we got in and he didn't say thank you or anything, you guys. And I was like, oh my gosh, like I literally didn't know what to do. But luckily we went as a group of friends. So we were all in a group together and we're walking on our way to the first ride. And I was like, oh no, this is it. Like, we have to say something to each other now because we're gonna be sitting next to each other. Like, he's my date, everyone else has their own little partner. We had a little plan where everyone would have a partner. So he was my date, he was my partner. Everyone, all of our friends went inside the line first. So it's like, you know, you have to like get across all these little like zigzags to get to the ride. And then Mark goes in and he's behind all my group of friends. And then I'm like, oh crap. Is he gonna wait for me? Are we gonna walk in together? And he doesn't wait for me, you guys. He doesn't wait for me. So I'm literally behind him, like so far away. So he's going in and I'm over here behind him. And like, I felt so awkward. And all my friends were like, what is going on? And all my friends are looking at me and they're like, and I mouthed to them, he's being so mean. So I start tearing up and all my friends are looking at me. He's behind me so he can't really see me, like almost breaking down. And I start tearing up and all my friends are like, oh my gosh, Giselle, come over here, come over here. And so they called me over to the front and I don't know if he knew what was going on. He just stayed there. He didn't say anything. He didn't ask anything. But I went to the front of the line with my friends and they were so sweet to me. My other friend rode the ride with me because he was just being so rude, and I felt so bad though, you guys, because I'm like, oh crap, like he doesn't really know anyone else here. I felt so bad for him even though he was being so rude to me, and I felt like a horrible person for leaving him. I got on that ride with like my eyes tearing up and like trying to wipe away my tears so that he didn't see. And I actually had fun because my friends were trying to cheer me up. So we got done with that ride and we kept on getting on other rides. He did not say a word to me for like 3 hours. Even though we were in a group, a few hours later we sort of started breaking apart and going to different parts we wanted to go to, and he went with one of the guys in the group that he actually did know. So they went together, I think, to Superman, and I stayed behind with my friends and we went to go eat a funnel cake. That's when I get a text message from him and he's like, so are you not gonna talk to me? And so I was eating my funnel cake trying to enjoy the day because of everything that's going on. Like, my mood changed and I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna be the bigger person and I'm gonna talk to him. So when I got that message, I wasn't like, wow, what the heck? I was more like, meet me at the funnel cake place after you're done with your ride, because I was just ready to talk to him. Like, I think he said okay. So he came back with his friend. He said something to me and we sort of talked a little. It wasn't anything much. It wasn't about ignoring each other at all. It was just we were talking like nothing happened. And it wasn't bad. Like, he was being, I guess, nice to me or normal to me. So after that, the mood kind of lightened up. So after we were done eating, we went on different rides. And finally, we were sitting next to each other. We weren't really saying much, except on one ride, he did say, so were you just gonna ignore me? And I was like, I can tell you the same thing. We got on a few more rides. We sat next to each other. We weren't really saying much. It wasn't like it was so much fun. We were talking and it wasn't like that at all. It was around 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Now, we were, by the way, it was like a whole day Six Flags thing we planned out. So around 5 o'clock, he's like, hey, I have to go. And I'm like, what do you mean? Like, we were planning on staying here until 10. He's like, well, yeah, it's just like my dad doesn't know I'm here. And I was like, what? So he stayed a little bit longer and we were all taking a little break and we were sitting on these stairs at Six Flags. And out of nowhere, I see him leave. And I'm like, did he just leave without saying anything to me? I was so offended, you guys. I was so upset and so hurt. And I was telling my friends, like, did you see that? Like, did he just leave? He literally just walked away from us. And mind you, he did kind of become friends with some of the people that I went with. Like, he did talk to some of the guys, and even if he didn't say bye to me, like, he should have said bye to the other people that he clicked with, and even his friend that he's friends with that he knows. And I was like, what the heck? And so I see my other friend kind of go after him. I don't really know why. I still don't know why. But he left, and then he came back with him, and I'm like, oh, okay, like maybe he was just going to the restroom or something, but he came back with him. And so he walked to the stairs where we were sitting. You know how guys do their little like nice seeing you, this thing. There's at least about 6 of us there. He only says bye to 2 guys that are sitting on the stairs. These are the 2 guys that he says bye to. I'm right here. I'm looking at everything going on. I'm expecting him to walk over and say bye to me. As soon as he said bye to 2 people, even though I'm right here, he doesn't look at me at all, and he just leaves. And I'm like, did y'all see that? And I was so hurt. I was really about to cry. Like, imagine being in that situation. It was also kind of funny, to be honest. It was funny. I start like, oh my gosh, like he was being so rude to me today. I don't know what happened. I can't believe he just left like that. And all my friends are being so sweet to me. They're like, Giselle, like that's not worth it. Don't be like that over a guy. It's obvious that he doesn't care. The friend that he knew came up to me and he was being so nice to me, you guys. He was like, man, I can't believe he's like that. Like, I've known him for a while. I didn't know he was like that. That was so low of him. And I was like, wow, like the fact that he's this friend and he's like standing up for me, it meant a lot to me. Everyone could finally breathe since he was gone, and we could finally start having fun and not have to worry about him being like that or me feeling like upset. What ended up happening is me and Mark's friend, we basically got on every ride together after that. We clicked so well, you guys. Like, we clicked like this. And he was so sweet. I am terrified of roller coasters. He convinced me on getting on them, and that says so much because I have never gotten on a big roller coaster before. They've all been like really tiny ones that you see like little kids going on to. I got on every single big ride at Six Flags, which I've never done in my entire life. I would have never done it if it wasn't for him. I really don't think I would have ever gotten on a big roller coaster in my entire life if it wasn't for him convincing me and being really nice about it. Mind you, Mark was being so rude to me when we were getting on some other rides. Like, I was so scared. I'm not a huge, big, scary ride fan, and Mark was being really rude about it, even though he was kind of joking about it. Like, I knew he meant it. He was like, why are you so scared? Like, don't be so this. Like, just get on it. Like, it's not even that bad. And I was like, bruh. On the other hand, his friend was being really sweet to me, and it was just so crazy thinking that out of that horrible experience something really amazing came out of it. And he's my boyfriend now. You guys have seen him like on Snapchat and my videos, and our little like story, like it started out so cute, like a girl who went out on a date with this boy and he was really rude to her, but then here comes the hero to save the day. I feel like that's how it feels like. But that's my worst day ever story. I don't even know what happened. And another thing, while we were still at Six Flags, he texted his friend and he's like, hey, did Giselle say anything about me after I left? And I don't think he answered him. I don't think his friend answered him, which my boyfriend, I don't think he answered him because he was just like so in disbelief that he was like that to me. So he didn't answer him, and then he texted me. I think he felt bad and he finally said thank you to me. He said, hey, thank you for getting me in. And I was like, no problem. And then after that, I think he said something else and I didn't answer him. So his friend didn't answer him, I didn't answer him. And so it was like midnight now, and he texted his friend and he's like, wow, so you're gonna ignore me too? The next morning he texts me and he's like, hey, did you forget a makeup brush in my car? And he sent me a picture and I'm like, yeah, that's mine. And he's like, I can bring it over to you tomorrow morning. And I was like, no, it's fine, because I really did not want to see him again. But that's it. That's my story. I don't even know what to make of it. It was just a horrible experience. It's really funny, actually. I think I was laughing throughout the Six Flags park. After he left, I was like, wow, this is so crazy. But I hope it made you laugh. I hope it made you feel a little bit better about your own dates. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up. If you want any more story times, let me know. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for 36,000 subscribers. And thank you for all the constant support. I don't know where I would be without you guys. So thank you so much again for everything, and I will talk to you guys really soon. Bye!